Alright, so I actually ended up doing a once over just to get my cross hatching a little bit better, and I made sure to go a little bit faster when I was doing it to get the better cross hatching. I kind of went a little slow the first time, but should be all good to go now, and I'm gonna get it all cleaned up and ready for the rods and pistons. Alright, so I got the pistons and the rods on the crankshaft here, and they all move nicely, nice and smooth. So what I actually did to get those annoying bearings on there and to stay was I actually used some like grease, I guess is the best way to explain it. Because oil, that's like, yeah, you're probably supposed to use oil, but in this case, I needed something that would like still hold it there, and oil wouldn't be like sticky enough, I guess. So that's why I used grease, and it just held the bearings there so that they wouldn't fall out of the caps and such when I was trying to put it back together. And that's what worked for me. So I would recommend doing that if you are having problems with needle bearings at all. So now I gotta get my piston rings, my new piston rings on there. And the nice thing about OEM pistons is that you got your notches in there still, so you don't have to guess where you want your ring, like your ring closing. You don't have to guess where you want that at, because if you have it like, you definitely don't want it 12 and 6, because that's where your exhaust and your intake is. Most importantly, your exhaust. I know for a fact you don't want it where your exhaust, where it goes past your exhaust. And on the original pistons, I believe at least majority, probably all of them, of the original ones will have, a little groove like that for the rings to lock in, and probably aftermarket ones too. Like I know for the snowmobile, I'm not sure if that one had that little locking spot. The Predator, I know for a fact, didn't have it, I want to say. So there's that. But I want to say one of my Trailblazers that I rebuilt had them. So it really just depends on the brand. But guys, actually, funny story. So when I'm trying to figure out, I got my pistons right here. I got the crankshaft right here, and then I'm like, oh man, what way do these go on? So hopped up on the phone and found a video of me actually starting. Well, actually, it was right when I took it apart, and I was all like happy, like finally found a motor to get working on, and you guys might have actually seen that too. I'm not sure if I did it on the GoPro too or not, but I for sure had it on my phone, and it was actually on the good old workbench over there, and it was me walking up. This piston was still on, and I had the seized one off. And I was able to see right then and there that this one was still on there that way with the crank, the old PTO right here. And yeah, so that was actually really, really nice. And now might clean these up a little bit, and then I gotta get the new piston rings on there, and then I gotta clean this up really good to make sure that there is no sand in it at all, and then it'll be ready to put together. Alright guys, and we should be all set up to put this back into the main part of the motor. The cylinder head, like the cylinder head, yeah, it's all one piece. So, and guys, also there's a frog down here, so he's along for the journey too, I guess. But I got the new rings on here, and I guess the reason why they sell you 12 is because you could break one. I don't know. I've done like a few motors, not too many. I'm not too experienced. I wouldn't say I'm too experienced, but you know, I know what I'm doing, I suppose. So I mean, it can't be so bad. I mean, they're just gonna find their way in there. Definitely don't want to do them at the same time. But well, yeah, I could see how this is gonna be a pain, cause of that. Yeah, I think there's actually a special tool for doing this, but I'm gonna try to see if I can get it. But I don't know. This actually, I didn't look at this, and now looking at this, it looks pretty difficult. So I don't know. I'm not gonna record it. I know you guys probably want to see it, but I'm not gonna record it, probably because it's gonna be a pain, and yeah, it would just be easier for me to just do it and try and figure it out, and then let you guys know if I find out a good way to do it by myself, and see if I can find something that works. So I'm gonna try that, and well, also see if I can get it done tonight, because I might also take a break and call it a night. So I will get back to you guys. Alright guys, so new plan of attack, since this looks about impossible to try and squeeze those and get that in like this. I don't even, if someone can do it, props to them. But I believe the crank comes out of here. I mean, it makes sense, like it has to come out of there. So I'm soaking the sides in some penetrating oil to see if that helps loosen it up. I don't know, I saw in the one picture there's a bolt on the bottom. Right, this bolt? You know what, that bolt might actually hold it right there. That bolt right there. If you guys can see, it blends in. Is there one over here? Nope. You know, that bolt might actually hold it in. But, anyways, with the crank out, that would make it so much easier. And even if that's a pain, then I could take one of these back off, like take the rod back off of the crank and just do it individually and try it that way. But guys, I'll find a way, and I'll get it eventually, and we'll get her done. But you guys are just gonna have to bear with me. I am going to call it a night right here. I don't know if this is gonna be the end of a video or the beginning, or the middle. But guys, definitely gonna end up getting the crank out of here. See, I really feel like it's that bolt, but we'll find out tomorrow. Alright guys, so here's the next day. Still working on the boat motor here, trying to get it done. And there's the bolt that was in there, and now the crankshaft is loose. As you can see, this lifts right out. So I'm gonna give it a try that way. Who knows, I might have to undo the rods again, but we'll just I'll just see what happens, and see if I can't figure out a way to get them put back in the cylinder there. So I'll see if I can come up with something. Alright guys, so I kind of gave up last night because I don't know, I just kind of ran out of time and I was really tired. Didn't get much sleep, so it's a new day, well, new night almost, and I came up with the idea of trying to use a hose clamp to fit it in there. Like, yeah, you guys can see what I'm trying to get at. And so, okay, so it actually clears in that little space. So, I don't know, I'm gonna see if I can't try and compress the rings and use that to get it in there. As I'm kind of out of ideas on how to do this. Yeah, I don't know, it's not like anything I've ever built, and I was thinking like, oh, you know, just slap them in there, but nope, it's a lot more difficult than that. But you see, if the head wasn't built into the cylinder jugs, then it'd be a whole different story.